Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to cut and sew this lovely flared dress for a little girl. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothing Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you. I'll be working with the following items: pins, tape measure, water erasable pencil, calculator, rulers and French curve, invisible zip, two 2.5 yards of African print fabric, 2.5 yards of lining fabric, a matching thread, a pair of scissors. I'll be working with the following measurements: shoulder to shoulder measurement 9 inches, chest circumference 22 inches. This chest circumference is also known as the bust circumference in a grown-up woman. Dress length 28 inches. So I have here my African print fabric, which I have already cut into 2 pieces, as you can see. Each piece is about 1.25 yards. I intend to cut the front and the back of the dress separately. So I will start with the front. I will go ahead to fold this fabric on bias like this to form something that looks like a triangular shape. So I will zoom in on the upper part of the fabric fold so that you can see what I'm doing better. So the first thing I would do is to divide the shoulder to shoulder measurement by 2, and this is 9 divided by 2, and this is equal to 4.5 inches. So at the upper part of the fabric fold, I will look for the area where I will get a width of 4.5 inches plus additional 1.5 inches for the side seam allowance. So now I think I've found the point. So I will square a line across at this point. I will make sure that the line is perpendicular to the edge of the bias fold. I will use the edge of my ruler as a guide to draw this line. So now that I'm done with drawing the line, the next thing to do is to measure and mark 4.5 inches, which is the shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2. So I'll go ahead to measure 4.5 inches like this. I will start the measurement from the fabric fold, from the edge of the fabric fold. So now I will draw the neckline curve, and I will use a dimension of 2.5 inches for the neck width and 3 inches for the neck depth. I will now go ahead to draw the neckline curve using my French curve like this. At this point, I know that some of you are wondering how I estimated the neckline dimension that I used. So this is how I got the values. The around neck measurement is 11 inches. So to estimate the neck width, I simply added 1 inch east to the 11 inches, which is the around neck measurement, and I now divided it by 6, and this gave me 2 inches. As for the neck depth, I simply added 0.5 inch to the neck width dimension, which I estimated earlier, and this is 2 plus 0.5, and this gave me 2.5 inches. These two values are the basic neckline dimension, but I want the neckline to be a little bit wider than this. So for the new neckline dimension, I will simply add 0.5 inch to both the basic neck width and the neck depth value, and this gave me 2.5 inches and 3 inches respectively. So 2.5 inches and 3 inches are the new neckline dimension which I use for the dress. So now that I'm done with the neckline, I will move over to the shoulders. From this point, which is the shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2, I will come down by 3/4 of an inch. I will now connect it to the neck point like this to give me a slanted line. This will give me the shoulder slant. Now I will go ahead to estimate the armhole depth. To do this, I will simply divide the chest circumference measurement by 4, and this is 22 all over 4, and this gave me 5.5 inches. So from this point, I will go ahead to draw a vertical line downwards. I will make sure that the line is parallel to the edge of the fabric. So I'll make sure that the vertical line is parallel to the edge of the fabric fold. Like this. After drawing the line, I will now go ahead to measure and mark the 5.5 inches that I estimated earlier, starting from the shoulder tip like this. Next, I will estimate the chest circumference plus 1 inch for ease divided by 4. And this gave me 22 plus 1 divided by 4, and this gave me 5.75 inches. I will square out a horizontal line like this. This line will also be perpendicular to the edge of the fabric fold, and this line is the armhole line. So on the armhole line, I will measure and mark the 5.75 inches that I estimated earlier. So if you intend to use a sleeve for the dress, I will just go ahead and draw the armhole curve like this using my French curve. But because it's going to be a sleeveless outfit, I will go in by half an inch on the shoulder like this. Then I will raise the armhole by 1 inch like this. Using my French curve, I will now go ahead to draw the armhole curve. The armhole curve will be smaller than the original one. So now I will go ahead to measure out the full length of the dress. I will start from the neck point. So this is the neck point. I will go ahead to measure the length of the dress, and it is 28 inches. But I will add additional 2 inches to this, making it a total of 30 inches. So now, using the neck point as my pivot, I will go ahead to measure and mark the 30 inches all around the lower part of the flared dress, like this. Now I will connect the lower part of the armhole curve to the hem of the dress. At this point, you can adjust the width of the flare of the dress to suit your taste. You can use up the whole fabric, or you can reduce the width of the flare. The choice is yours, but do not reduce it too much. In this case, reduce the hem of the dress a little bit. I will now go ahead to connect the armhole to the hem of the dress like this. So remember that we do not have any seam allowance on the dress yet. So at the armhole, I will go ahead to add half an inch seam allowance to the armhole of the dress. I will add half an inch seam allowance to the shoulders, half an inch to the neckline, and I will use 1 inch as the side seam allowance. So now I will zoom in on the upper part of the fabric so that you can see the outline that I drew clearly. The outline of the dress which I drew clearly, because I'm aware that my chalk is not all there visible on camera. So I hope you can see the outline better now. So I will now go ahead to cut out the dress. This will be the front of the dress. So I have here another piece of fabric which I've already folded on bias, and I've also gone ahead to draw this 1 inch margin at the edge of the fabric. So this 1 inch margin is for the zip at the center back of the dress. So what I intend to do now is to cut the back of the dress, and I will use the front which I have already cut out as a guide. So I will line up the middle fold of the front piece with the zipper line which I have already drawn on the fabric, like this. I will pin both pieces in place so as to secure the pieces together. For the back neck depth, I will use 1 inch. So I will use 1 inch for the back neck depth. The back neck width will remain the same as the front neck width. I will use my French curve to draw the back neckline curve like this. and also my ruler. I will now go ahead to cut out the back piece for the dress. I will use the front piece as a guide while cutting, and I will slash open the middle fold of the back piece like this. So now I have gone ahead to cut out the front and the back lining pieces as well, on the lining as well. They are also cut on bias. The lining piece is 3 inches shorter than the main fabric. So what I intend to do now is to add interfacing to the upper part of the lining piece on the wrong side. So I'll go ahead to do that now. So now that has been done, I have fixed the interfacing to the upper part of the lining on the wrong side. So now I will place the lining piece on top of the main fabric piece like this. Right sides will be together. These 2 pieces are for the front of the dress. I will pin the necklines in place like this. Then I will take it to my sewing machine and I will stitch in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I will do the same thing for the back pieces as well. So now that has been done, as you can see. After stitching the neckline, I knock the seam allowances at the neckline, and then I understick the seam allowances to the neckline of the lining fabric. I left 1 inch opening at the center back of the back neckline. This is for the fixing of the zip later on. I did this for other pieces as well. I have also hemmed the lower part of the lining pieces. So it is now time to join the shoulder seams together. So I will place the back piece on top of the front piece like this. Right sides will be together. I will open up the shoulders like this, and I will pin the front and the back shoulders in place. Right sides will be together, and I will pin fabric to fabric and lining to lining. I will also make sure that the shoulder seam lines match up. After pinning, I will take it to my sewing machine and stitch in place using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So now I've joined the shoulders together. The stitching has been done, as you can see. Since we are making a sleeveless outfit, it is now time to close the armhole. So I will open up the armhole like this. I will fold such that the right sides of the lining and the main fabrics are together. I will pin the armhole in place like this, making sure that the shoulder seam lines match up. After pinning in place, I will take it to my sewing machine and stitch using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I will do the same thing for the other armhole as well. So now the stitching has been done. As you can see, I've stitched the armhole in place. I've closed the armhole opening. After stitching the armhole, I knot the seam allowances so that the armhole curve can relax and lie flat. After notching the armhole, I understitch the seam allowances to the armhole of the lining as far as I was able to go with my sewing machine. I will now go ahead to fix the invisible zip to the center back of the dress. So this is the invisible zip that I intend to use. I'll go ahead and fix it. So now I've gone ahead to fix the invisible zip to the center of the dress, as you can see. So now it is time to join the side seams together. So I'll open up the dress like this. I'll be sewing fabric to fabric and lining to lining. Right sides of the lining and the main fabrics are together. I'll make sure that the armhole seam lines match up. I will now take it to my sewing machine and I will stitch in place using 1 inch side seam allowance. I will do the same thing for the other side as well. So now I've joined the side seams together and I've also gone ahead to hem the lower part of the dress. So that's it guys, we are done. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye and thank you so much for watching.